Other barriers hinder social economic development and career advancement. Pablo Listengart is the founder and executive director of CalmIT and an advocate for immigrant and Indigenous rights. We're so happy to have him wake up very early and join us from Winnipeg. Thank you for being with us. It's 7:49 our time. How about you, Pablo?
Thank you so much, Anna. Thank you for having me.
Let's just get into, could you tell us more about CalmIT and really what does it do and what do you do?
For sure. CalmIT is a charitable organization that we started several years ago. We basically try to work with those less fortunate to provide them with free training so that they can overcome employment barriers. And we train them specifically in tech-related topics. So this survey was really interesting for us because it gave us an insight on what people were experiencing to overcome these barriers.
So, Pablo, what were some of the biggest findings you came across in this survey?
Well, as you mentioned, the survey is pretty clear in showing us that we still have a long way to go as a society, right? When 62% of Indigenous Canadian surveys say that they experience bias when applying for a job. 59% of them say that they experience discrimination in their current workplaces, and 56% of them, unfortunately, they hide their Indigenous heritage in order to fit in better at the workplace. So that says that we still have a long way to go as a society.
That's a lot, and to hide who you are to, get employment is very overwhelming and sad. Were you surprised, to come across these staggering numbers when you did this survey?
Well, part of it shocked us. We've been working with many communities for several years, so we hear stories here and there, right? Like we know when they are applying for jobs, we try to help them along the way, and basically they were coming back to us, sharing stories. And what we try to do is to provide a more formal context. So we run this survey with big numbers so that we could hear many more stories. And the truth is that numbers don't lie. You can always have one person telling you something, another person telling you other things. But when you receive such an overwhelming feedback in regards to this, saying, hey, we are definitely not having a good time trying to find a job, we are being discriminated, there is bias, we can't be promoted, we don't feel that we have the same chances as other people, as other people in our current workplaces, then that says something, and it's not something that's good to hear.
No, it's not, but I'm happy we're hearing about this because then hopefully there can be a resolution. So what do you think companies can do to help address these issues that you've come across?
Well, the good thing is that we are doing something, right? People and companies are trying to do things. Of course that there are cultural awareness trainings at many workplaces. Of course that the government has been trying to do things and saying things. And of course that there are companies trying to implement inclusion policies. But everyone has to take a hard look on themselves and ask the hard questions. That is the one thing that I think that we are still missing. It's not just about saying we are going to do this. It's saying that, and then after a while saying, have we done this? Has anything changed in our company? Do we really see people being included in the workplace? Those are the questions that I think that we are still missing, the follow-up, right? And that's why we are still getting these numbers back.
I have to agree. And it's not just, hiring somebody, but how are you using them in your company? Are they excelling, to see representation of yourself in management roles if you're an Indigenous person? That's huge. What is your take on something like that and what can be done?
Well, that you're actually right. And many people just think that diversity and inclusion, it's about tokenization, right? It's about saying, hey, let's hire these because this is the right thing to do. But it's not about that. It's about treating people as people, giving equal opportunities to everyone, right? Giving them the chance to grow, to learn, to see a career path, to think that they will be able to grow with the company for many years to come. And that comes from treating everyone the same way and understanding the cultural differences and adapting, being flexible to provide these opportunities. I think that flexibility is key in all this.
Well, Pablo, I'm so thankful that you joined us this morning to shine a light, and here's to more resolution and to see ourselves represented in a positive way. So thank you so much. And I don't know, maybe go to sleep now because you are far behind in Winnipeg. Get some rest. Thank you so much. That was Pablo Listengart joining us this morning with some information from COMIT.